You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer news and headlines. As we approach the final months of the season, clubs are making their plans for the summer, and there are some wild rumours flying around right now, so we have a big show lined up for you today. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. We begin at Arsenal, as it looks increasingly likely that the future of Alexandre Lacazette lies away from the Emirates stadium. The French striker, who signed from Lyon for a then club record £47.7 million in 2017, will enter the final year of his contract with the Gunners this summer, and it's thought the club will listen to offers for him rather than tie him down to a new deal. Having agreed lucrative contracts with ageing stars Willian and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang last summer, it's understandable why the Premier League outfit are hesitant to do the same with Lacazette, who turns 30 in May. And having been strongly linked with a move to Atletico Madrid last summer, it's understood the La Liga leaders remain keen on signing him, and will no doubt be able to do so for cheaper than they would have in 2020. But Atleti aren't the only club monitoring the Frenchman. According to reports, both Monaco and Roma could pursue Lacazette's signature this summer, with the Serie A side in particular need of extra firepower up top to aid the likes of Mkhitaryan and Dzeko. Monaco, meanwhile, would offer the former Lyon man a return to Ligue 1, although whether this is a career move he would want remains to be seen. Either way, it looks like the Gunners are set to record another loss on a big signing, having already seen Ozil go for nothing in January. From one French striker set to leave the Premier League to one who looks likely to enter it now, as talk over the future of Odsonne Edouard continues to make the back pages this week. The Celtic star, who has scored 18 goals in 28 Scottish Premiership and Europa League appearances so far this term, including 9 in his last 9 games, has attracted interest from a number of clubs over the past 12 months. Arsenal, Aston Villa and Leicester are among the sides linked with his signature, as are the aforementioned Roma, and while the 23-year-old is valued around the £35 million mark, the fact his contract is also up in 2022 means he could be secured for a cut price. Scottish football expert Andy Walker has suggested that the Hoops could let Edouard go for as little as £15 million, which would represent one of the bargains of the summer for whoever is successful in signing the coveted centre-forward. Having managed Edouard at Celtic Park, Brendan Rodgers may be hopeful he can lure the PSG Academy graduate to the King Power. But if Arsenal are serious about letting go players like Lacazette and Nketiah in order to facilitate a deal for the Frenchman, the prospect of a starting spot at the Emirates could be difficult to turn down for Edouard, even if the Foxes can offer Champions League football. After all, Jamie Vardy is still very much number one in the East Midlands. But where would you go this summer if you were Edouard? Let us know in the comments below. Over to Tottenham now, where Gareth Bale's recent performances have sparked new conversations about his future in North London. The Welshman was the star of the show on the weekend, registering 2 goals and an assist as the Lily-Whites dismantled Burnley 4-0, and reports this week suggest that this has gone down very well in Madrid. With Los Blancos keen to get Bale off the Bernabeu wage bill for good this summer, the hope will be that if he continues his fine form, Spurs will be tempted to extend his loan at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, or even take the 31-year-old on permanently. Bale's contract in Madrid is up in 2022, so the Spanish champions would no doubt demand only a small fee, but it's more a case of whether Spurs are willing to take on his reported £650,000 per week wages, of which they already pay a significant portion as part of his loan. Whether Bale would be willing to take a pay cut to transfer back to the Premier League outfit permanently remains to be seen, but considering the fact he was on the verge of a move to the Chinese Super League as recently as 2019 suggests the former Southampton man is happy to follow the money. Then again, he has looked markedly happier back in London, so we wouldn't bet against him making some concessions in order to stay there. Before we move on to our headline story, a quick reminder to subscribe to Football Daily if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so we put videos like this out every single day. Anyway, let's move on. Back to striker talk now, as Chelsea's Tammy Abraham has been the subject of much speculation this week. The arrival of Thomas Tuchel at Stamford Bridge hasn't helped the Englishman's cause, with the Blues Academy graduate having already been hooked at half-time twice by the German coach, while he didn't even make the matchday squad for Sunday's draw with Man United. The first time this has happened to Tammy for a league game since he returned to West London in 2019. So naturally, talk of a potential move has got louder in the days since, and West Ham have emerged as early frontrunners for his signature. According to the Telegraph, they are among a number of clubs who could be interested in the 23-year-old this summer, with Chelsea yet to negotiate a new contract with the England international, and with reports of a move for Borussia Dortmund star Erling Haaland also doing the rounds in recent weeks. Brighton, Southampton and Aston Villa, where he spent his last loan spell in 2018-19, have also been linked with the young striker, while the report also states that Italian champions Juventus could also be interested as they look to bolster their attacking options. But with West Ham possessing only one recognised centre-forward in Michail Antonio following the sale of Sebastian Haller to Ajax in January, the East Londoners will no doubt be keen to prize Tammy away from Stamford Bridge. It won't be simple. Despite having to share more minutes this term, Abraham is still the Blues' top scorer in all competitions with 12, and with a market valuation around the €50 million mark, it will take at least that to persuade the Blues to part with one of their prized assets. If they are unsuccessful, it's thought the Hammers could target Arsenal's Eddie Nketiah or even Brentford's Ivan Toney instead. But Tammy isn't the only academy star who could be on his way out of Cobham this summer. Fikayo Tomori is of course already at Milan on loan and could make his move to the San Siro permanent this summer, with the deal that took him to Italy containing a £26 million option to buy. However, Milan sporting director Paolo Maldini feels this figure is too high and suggested to Sky Italia on the weekend that the club may look to negotiate with the Blues over this come the end of the season. Meanwhile, 19-year-old sensation Billy Gilmour played for the club's under-23s this week, with opportunities in the first team scarce under Tuchel. Having stayed at Chelsea amid speculation over a 6-month loan move to Southampton in January, the Scottish midfielder may well push for a temporary switch in the summer if he continues to be snubbed, with West Ham as well as former club Rangers, two of the sides touted to make a move for him. But can you see all three of them leaving Stamford Bridge this summer? And Chelsea fans, we want to hear from you. How would you feel about losing three of your most talented academy products? Let us know in the comments below. Sticking at Chelsea, but with news of a potential incoming, as Eurosport reported this week that AC Milan star Gianluigi Donnarumma remains high on the club's transfer wish list. The 22-year-old's contract at the San Siro is up in the summer, and while it's expected he will eventually sign a new deal with the Rossoneri, the longer it takes to happen, the longer the press will continue to hype up a potential transfer for the in-demand stopper. Donnarumma has once again been excellent for Milan this term, keeping more clean sheets than anyone else in Italy bar Inter's Samir Handanovic. And with the Chelsea hierarchy seemingly still regarding Edouard Mendy as a stopgap in goal, a move for the young keeper could be on the cards, and they would likely be willing to meet Donnarumma's reported £9.1 million a year wage demands. However, it would also depend on whether the Blues can shift the out of favour Kepa, with the club keen to recoup a significant portion of the record fee they paid for the Spaniard in 2019. We finish off at Leeds as the agent of goalkeeper Illan Meslier revealed his hopes for the future to the press this week. The Frenchman, who turned 21 yesterday, has been one of the Premier League's biggest success stories this season, ranking among the top stoppers in the English top flight for save percentage and post-shot expected goals, helping the newly promoted side keep more clean sheets than champions Liverpool. So it's no wonder that speculation is building over where the youngster will go after Elland Road, and according to his agent, he could be destined for the Bernabeu. In an interview with the LUFC Fan Zone podcast, he suggested his client could have Real Madrid come calling in as little as a season or two, but said he would rather him stay in Yorkshire than be a bench warmer at a bigger club. This is of course pure conjecture for now, and with Thibaut Courtois still only 28, it's unlikely Los Blancos will be looking for a replacement anytime soon. But if Meslier keeps up his impressive form in the Prem, expect to see interest in the youngster grow further over the next few months. So that's all we have time for on this week's transfer talk, but which of these moves do you think is most likely to happen? Get at us in the comments below and we'll do our best to reply. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and click on screen right now for more football daily goodness. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.